Lace Up and Go, a Shoelace Story. Follow Emily as she learns how to tie her shoelaces for the first time. In this heartwarming and encouraging story, Emily discovers that with patience and practice, she can master any challenge. This narrative is perfect for English learners, offering simple language and a relatable experience that makes practicing English enjoyable and effective. Emily had a problem. Every morning before school, she struggled with her shoelaces. While her friends could tie theirs in seconds, Emily always needed help. She wanted to learn how to do it on her own, but tying shoelaces seemed like one of the hardest things in the world. One morning, as she sat on her bed staring at her untied shoes, Emily decided that today was the day she would learn to tie her laces all by herself. No more asking for help, she was determined to figure it out. Emily's mom peeked into the room and saw her sitting there, deep in thought. "Everything okay, sweetie?" she asked. "I want to learn how to tie my shoelaces, Mom," Emily replied, looking up with a serious expression. "Can you teach me?" Her mom smiled and sat down beside her. "Of course I can. It takes a little practice, but I know you can do it." Emily handed her mom one of her shoes, and her mom began to demonstrate. "First, you take both laces and pull them tight," she said, showing Emily how to hold the laces in each hand. "Then you make an X by crossing one lace over the other." Emily watched carefully, nodding as her mom went on. "Next, you take the lace that's on top and tuck it under the other one. Then you pull both laces tight again. This is called the knot." Emily tried to follow along, her fingers fumbling with the laces as she attempted to make the knot. Her first try ended with a loose, lopsided knot that quickly came undone. "Don't worry, Emily," her mom encouraged. "It takes a few tries to get it right. Let's try again." They went through the steps again, and this time, Emily's knot was a little tighter. She smiled, feeling a bit more confident. "Okay, what's next?" "Now comes the tricky part," her mom said. "We're going to make the bunny ears." "Bunny ears," Emily repeated, raising an eyebrow. Her mom laughed. "That's right. You take each lace and make a loop, like bunny ears. Then you cross the ears over each other, just like we did with the laces earlier. Finally, you tuck one ear under the other and pull tight." Emily watched as her mom demonstrated, then took a deep breath and tried it herself. She made 2 loops, crossed them, and tried to tuck one under the other. But as she pulled the laces, one of the loops slipped out, leaving her with a half-tied shoe. "Oh no!" Emily groaned, frustrated. "I can't do it." Her mom gently took her hands. "Yes, you can, Emily. You just need a little more practice. Let's try again." Emily sighed but nodded. She took the laces, made the loops, and crossed them again. This time, she focused on keeping the loops tight as she tucked one under the other. Slowly, she pulled the laces, and to her surprise, the loops stayed in place. "I did it!" Emily exclaimed, her eyes wide with excitement. "Mom, look! I tied my shoe." Her mom beamed with pride. "You sure did, Emily. I'm so proud of you." Emily stared at her perfectly tied shoe, feeling a surge of accomplishment. She had done it. She had tied her own shoelace, but then she looked down at her other shoe, which was still untied. "Now I just need to do the other one," she said with determination. With renewed confidence, Emily picked up her other shoe and repeated the steps. This time it was a little easier. She made the knot, created the bunny ears, and tied the laces together. When she finished, both of her shoes were tied perfectly. "I did it again!" Emily shouted, jumping up from the bed. She couldn't wait to show her dad and her friends at school. She felt like she could take on the world now that she had conquered her shoelaces. Her mom gave her a big hug. "You did great, Emily. Now you can tie your shoes anytime you want." As they walked downstairs together, Emily couldn't stop smiling. She felt proud, not just because she had learned something new, but because she hadn't given up. Even when it was hard, she kept trying, and in the end, she succeeded. When Emily arrived at school, she quickly found her best friend, Lily. "Guess what, Lily? I can tie my own shoelaces now," she announced proudly. Lily smiled and gave her a high five. That's awesome, Emily. Show me. Emily bent down and untied one of her shoes, then quickly tied it again. It wasn't perfect, but it was good enough. Lily clapped her hands. You're a pro. From that day on, Emily made sure to practice tying her laces every morning. And every time she did, it got a little easier. Soon, she didn't even have to think about it. Her fingers just knew what to do. Emily had learned an important lesson. With patience and practice, she could do anything she set her mind to. And whenever she faced a new challenge, she would remember her shoelaces and know that she had the courage to keep trying, no matter what.